No, welcome back, everybody. Post trial, post chapter, chapter 5 over. Here we go, next chapter.
We're still trying to kind of like,
So
yeah.
we are posting the chapter 5, and the after, and the trial, and the whole thing with the whole experience of trial. And
Y'all have had like a day or two to process what just happened. We've had about 15 minutes.
We're all really tired, mentally and physically, but they forced me to keep going because they want to know what happens.
Yeah, it's definitely what happened. It happened that way. All right.
Also, the cat was sitting on me for a while, and was like, I could get up, but no.
That sounds like him.
Group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity.
Are we sure about that?
Our enemy has finally been revealed.
Well, I wouldn't call that revealed. We don't know who it is yet.
Finally, it's a mysterious group whose identity we're not aware of. Mystery solved.
Right now,
We need to form a garbage village.
right now,
Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after.
yeah, you're right.
I really need to use the bathroom.
I've been going over there. It
Luckily,
already
there's a
smelled
door.
like that. It's locked, but
Skeleton key!
Yay.
we have a way to open this door.
Asking nicely.
Kyoko, do you still have that one thing?
You're going to need to be more specific.
Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do.
Shouldn't have jumped down the garbage chute without it.
It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it.
And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
Get on with it.
It's true.
Let's find out.
Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then...
Donald? Goofy?
Turns out Kingdom Hearts was light.
Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go.
Yes, please. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit.
Oh no! Ahina's upstairs going, I killed them. They're dying. They're dying, hero. It's all my fault. Curse these swimmer's legs of mine. I was too slow.
And Hero's just beeping at her.
Finally. We were finally free.
Kind of. You know, relatively speaking.
I mean, less trapped than you were, still trapped.
But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Oh, now I gotta learn a punching minigame.
That looks finishy.
Yeah, we also
Yeah.
skipped straight to Deadly Life. We did not have any daily life.
Oh, yeah. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney.
He's got some weird childish whimsy to this whole situation.
Again, repeated head trauma. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface.
And that was unnecessary.
Yeah, the Makoto butt shot. I can't stop looking.
Yeah. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended.
Those really do look like her boots on the dead body, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never noticed that before.
I actually surprised it didn't come up. I thought that was like one of those, We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you.
I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it.
What?
So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work?
How long?
so...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way.
Then, is your family famous?
Holmes. Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us.
Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
Because we take pride in it.
pride?
It's a thing.
He's not familiar.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth.
Hey, can we talk more about that god of death thing you had mentioned before?
We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society.
What
This
would-
seems healthy.
What would drive a man neutral?
Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. I was kind of okay knowing less about what makes Kyoko tick.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of...
A conscious effort?
Again, something he's not familiar with.
It's kind of old-fashioned. And I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride.
Pride.
It's a thing.
Like a group of lions.
Yeah. So that explains...
The circle of life.
Before I came here, one was looking up info about the school online.
It does say when was looking up info.
Yep. I never saw anything about her.
Hi, computer. I remember you. Episode 1 computer. It's been a while.
Yeah. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. Of her pride, as it were.
Her family has lions?
Yeah. So they
However-
find out who the true killer is and sick lions on them.
That's rad. I support it.
And yet, I gave up some of that pride.
Huh?
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it, knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do.
But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father.
Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though.
What?
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face.
What is it?
so...
I want to sever all ties with him.
Sever?
The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away.
Like a punk.
Like a punk.
He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind.
I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do.
Ooh.
I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective.
I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative.
Yeah.
And more emotional.
I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive.
Really?
so
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past,
You have to kill the future.
Yeah!
in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago.
But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
I don't know. Flashback to them playing Heart and Soul on the piano.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family?
Legally. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead,
She needs some therapy, I said.
I said nothing.
I started
Probably smart.
singing. All my favorite Disney hits.
Yeah, that all strikes me as a whole lot of... I need to talk to somebody a little.
I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence.
Which is the smartest thing Makoto has done yet in this entire game.
Why didn't they put the ultimate therapist in this group?
Ooh. Yeah. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top.
I've never fully understood how they survived such an incredibly high fall.
Yeah.
Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us.
We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the... remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room?
Oh.
I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch.
Hey, couldn't she have just climbed down?
Huh.
Instead of
then-
leaping down and getting covered in cup of noodles.
Well, she had the map, and based on how the door was laid out, it looked almost like you needed to use the key on the trash side for whatever
maybe,
reason.
I guess.
Which doesn't make any sense, but if she
Yeah.
knew that layout, then she would have had to do that.
The hatch opened with ease, and so...
Remember Hifumi? I remember Hifumi.
Yeah. Looks like we're back.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted.
I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope Speak Academy.
Good old Hope Speak. Nothing bad happens here.
Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you.
Uh-huh.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
Don't choose the hatch. Don't choose the hatch. Makoto immediately starts climbing back down.
So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried?
Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
I know it! The cement mixer! Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till they find you. And it's not like we can run away.
As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
I'm still a little... No, super uneasy about this. Well, we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going.
Alright. Let's get going.
Don't tell her stories about Sayaka as you go to the gym.
So hey, so there's this time when
Quick, before you go, this might be our last chance to check on the fish.
Shall we go?
The fish are dead, Makoto. Get over it.
That definitely means the fish are dead and she doesn't want you to be distracted.
Yeah.
We need to get to the gym, to Monokuma.
But the fish!
Might be your last time to take a concussion lap as well.
Okay, that I can do.
Yeah.
Wham.
That one's for you,
Sakura.
Sakura.
Oh.
A concussion just like the two you got before you killed yourself.
Aww.
Yeah, that was a little much.
Map?
No. Let's take a stroll through the school.
Yeah.
What? What's... Whoa.
No, come on. Let's take a pleasant, leisurely walk around the halls, checking everything on our way.
You're just mocking me, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, fine. I will.
Green Hall, remember that?
Green Hall.
AV room, store,
Or hatch.
safe girlfriend,
Blood
nurse's
packs.
office, blood packs. Ah, yeah. We call this the When Sayaka Freaked Out room. There's several of those.
Yeah.
Well.
Hey!
Straw.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here?
I'm a zombie.
Okay, pass.
Brains.
Yeah, works for me.
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
No. You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave you anything to chance.
Kyoko?
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
no.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh? I lose?
Hey!
Yo, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set this latest class trial up yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down.
Like the plane we found downstairs.
Where'd that come from, by the way?
Yeah.
The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your previous execution machinery.
Alter ego.
You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro. You did.
Ugh.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that.
What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Science!
Science? And now, you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he would never have come to you willingly like this.
I mean, Makoto might have.
He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a coward.
He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
ooh. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can just say we're making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
That's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say?
Fair trial? One last showdown? In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed.
Oh.
Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes.
So, two bears walk into a bar.
Waka waka.
They eat everyone. The end. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
Truly the most evil of entities.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
I don't know. I might have to hibernate on it a while.
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Yeah, I'm not even trying anymore. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown.
Just kill him.
That's sort of like an average. You agreed! Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting in.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries?
That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain
then
myself!
that'll be enough to qualify as a victory
A
for you.
koala's not actually a bear.
Shut up.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do that, all of that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement.
Ugh.
When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing.
Verify.
Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure.
Ugh.
So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement.
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Makuro...
It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But, okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's the hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What?
Listen,
Are you telling the truth?
Why do you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now
I'm done talking.
really angry.
I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you?
Why so mad?
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey,
Leave me alone. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go?
Oof. I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting you ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
And cream sauce.
And cream sauce. Wait a second.
hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away.
All right, and with the unstable laughter following us as we walked away.
I think it's probably sticking to some of the trash gunk
Yeah.
that we still have on.
I mean,
us.
Can we take a
Makoto
bath?
probably smells terrible right now,
yeah.
doesn't he? He could go take a shower in his shower that nothing bad has ever happened in. Anywho, time to call it quits on this one, and we'll see y'all on the next episode. Where guess what? We're gonna learn even more stuff.
Holy
We're
shit.
gonna learn stuff. We're gonna talk to people. I'm gonna even go so far as to say we're gonna enter some rooms.
Ooh.
I may use a map.
Oh wow.
Hina may cry.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
make
yeah,
right.
that's all right.
And we're gonna look at things.
Yeah, you think we're gonna learn about that room full of blood?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
no, we're not.
Maybe,
We
yeah,
never-
maybe not the next episode.
You're never going to. Anyway, time for the next episode next time.